I first want to tell you that if you thought you read the title of this video wrong, you didn't. This absolutely happened. This is absolutely tragic. This is absolutely sickening, and I'm here to break it all down for you. This is the beautiful Andrea Nicole Camps. An 18-year-old senior with a beautiful life ahead of her has it all taken away during a botched robbery over 3 pairs of Kanye West Yeezy sneakers. And worst part of all, Andrea wasn't even the seller. She was merely taking a ride with her boyfriend. This is the heartbreaking story of Andrea Camps. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. It's so greatly appreciated. It truly, truly is. Before we get started, let me give you my usual disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only. Please do not take what I say as fact. Please always do your own research and come to your own conclusions. Next, if you have not liked, subscribed, or commented yet, please consider doing so because it really helps me out and I really, really appreciate it. So, 18-year-old Andrea Camps was a senior at the very prestigious Terra Environmental Research School in Miami, Florida. Andrea had dreams of pursuing a nursing career after high school, but that would all be cut very, very short the afternoon of April 7th, 2020. April of 2020. This was obviously right before the entire world went to absolute shit. Money was tight for so many of us, and we had no choice but to find creative ways to start bringing in cash. That's actually what jump-started my Poshmark closet, my Macari closet, and my eBay going up. Was also 2020. Andrew's boyfriend, Sergio Bourbon, decided it would be a great idea to start selling black market sneakers for cheap on Instagram. Sergio's love of sneakers started when he was in middle school with becoming a self-proclaimed sneakerhead. So it would make perfect sense that this would become a little side hustle for him. April 7th, 2020, a friend by the name of Eric Reedon contacted Sergio via his Instagram account, Kickzone305. They agreed on 3 pairs of Yeezy Adidas collab sneakers worth an estimated $935. So these sneakers can retail for up to $500 in stores, and they could run even more on the black market because they are so hard to come by. While Eric is messaging with Sergio, he's also FaceTiming with 19-year-old George Walton to negotiate pricing. Sergio, who happened to be out at breakfast at the time with Andrea, agrees to meet up for the sale of the shoes. Sergio is told to go to this abandoned home on Southwest 201st Street. Sergio and Andrea arrive at the property around 1:15 p.m. Sergio contacts the buyer, who instructs him to go into the community, pull up in front of the abandoned home, and to wait for him. So, the first person to approach Sergio's Jeep is Walton. Sergio lowers his window and the two men begin chatting. At this point, Sergio is holding one of the boxes of shoes and Andrew is holding the other 2 boxes. Walton asks Sergio if he could try on a pair of shoes, to which Sergio tells him, sure, but not until you show me proof of payment. While Walton was looking for his Cash App, 19-year-old Adrian Cosby approaches the white Jeep and stands behind him. Adrian Cosby pulls a pistol from his jacket pocket and Sergio speeds off, but not before Cosby is able to fire several shots into the Jeep. One grazing Sergio in his arm and another one hitting Andrea in the abdomen. Sergio speeds down the road and immediately calls 911.
What is the address for the emergency?
I was selling shoes and I just got that. I'm currently driving right now. I'm on Turnpike North and 112 Avenue. I'm going to pull over to the side of the road, okay?
Okay, yeah. If I'm going to send the police, that's not in our jurisdiction. Is this person still following you or something?
No, not that I know of.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I was selling shoes and he just shot us. I don't know if it was a pellet gun or not, but we're bleeding. Okay, please help.
Yes, sir. I'm getting help over there. Stay on the line. Where are you bleeding from, sir?
She got shot near the stomach.
Okay. And you?
On my arm, but I'm fine. I just
Okay.
need help to hurry.
Listen, I already have them on the way, okay? And the person that shot you, what type of vehicle did they leave in?
Okay, okay.
Listen to me. What type of vehicle did they leave in, sir?
They were on foot. They were on foot. I'm in a Jeep Wrangler, a white Jeep Wrangler.
And the female that's with you, she is still awake?
Yes, she's awake. She just threw up. I'm putting pressure on the wound right now.
They're already on the way to you.
Okay. Please, please, I really need your help.
Keep firm, steady pressure on that wound.
Okay, she is not awake anymore.
Okay, stay on the line.
Next, I have the body cam video of the police and ambulance pulling up to the Jeep. So you could actually see the fear in Sergio's face. It's so clear that he loved this girl. Even though he's Grace, he continues to tell first responders that he's fine. He just wants to go to the hospital and be with Andrea. It's sweet and it's so gut wrenching all at the same time, especially because we know the outcome. The whole thing is just it's so unnecessary, and I don't have words for any of this. I really don't have words for any of this. $935. This beautiful girl is gone.
I'm fine. Trust me.
We're gonna meet you there, okay?
No. You can't go. You can't go. This is a scene.
Come on out.
It wasn't here though.
It doesn't matter. She was in it. You guys were in it. Yeah, go with us.
Take you as a patient.
Let us check you out, man. Okay. I know you're fine right now because all that ground is pumping. Give it 10 minutes and you don't know. All right? We'll get them for you.
Trust me, I'm fine. I'll give
That's
you my
fine.
car key.
Okay. Don't worry. Let us check you out. If you're fine, we'll let you go. All
Okay,
right?
but can I go with her?
No, they're gone.
They're gone.
She has to get the quick.
This car was the one that got shot?
It wasn't a drive-by. They were at a QTH.
They were at a QTH and where were they headed to? The hospital?
I don't know.
So they got shot at the 272 QTH and they were driving over here?
I guess.
How you doing, bro? So they got shot at another QTH and they were driving this way? Yeah, and they get stopped here. I don't know.
Yeah, you already spoke with them. I don't know. They left to go to the hospital too.
Yeah, Mel went over there.
Well, I'm gonna have to go because I got to get all the information.
Yeah.
Nothing, just black males wearing all black clothing and blue jeans. That's all we have right now.
Black males, plural though, correct?
Yeah, 2 black males.
You want me to go with you to the hospital? I'm primary.
Yeah. Actually, can you follow them right now? Thank you.
Luckily for Sergio and Andrea's family, these two botched robbers were stupid, and therefore it wasn't very difficult to catch them. Sergio heads over to the Miami-Dade hospital where he finds out that Andrea does not make it through her surgery. Now police are investigating a homicide, and they immediately begin to scour the neighborhood asking for ring cam footage. And one of the homes that they visit is the family home of Adrian Cosby.
They won't look at the camera system.
What are the chances? After compiling all the CCTV footage they received, they were able to identify Adrian, match him to the Cosby family ring camera footage, and they decide to bring him into the station for questioning.
Tell me what you heard about, like, what happened. Because you know that somebody got killed.
Yeah, I heard, like, it was my mom told me. She told me, like, they said whoever did that, they hopped out that fence.
Mm-hmm.
But then she told me that the people said whoever did that ran in the backyard or ran in the back of the abandoned house.
So your mom said that whoever killed the person ran through the abandoned house.
Yeah.
And is that abandoned house behind your house?
Yeah, that thing.
I'm not putting words in your mouth. I want you to.
Yeah. But she told me this what the detective said.
Right. Is there in fact an abandoned house behind you?
Yes.
Okay. So they allegedly jumped the fence into your yard?
Yeah.
So, Adrian, what happened was something like very tragic. It was a very tragic thing that happened. Okay, you know, there was a young girl that was killed, an 18-year-old girl. Like I had to go talk to the family, and like I've never seen heartbreak like that in my entire life. This girl was like like an honor student in high school. You know, just like a young, like innocent, like think of like a real innocent, like young girl, bro. Like your sister, she's gone. What happened to this girl? It speaks for itself. Like I know what happened. It's a tragedy, but I know what happened. I know exactly what happened, and I can prove what happened in many, many different ways. As an investigator, when I look at you in the eye, I can see that you don't have the personality or the demeanor where you're going to intentionally and willfully point a gun at a human being and shoot them and intend to kill them. I don't want to believe that. Okay, but right now, that is what it looks like. That is what I see.
What you saying? I did it.
Adrian, let's not do that. Adrian, let's not do that. I'm gonna level with you. There is surveillance video footage in that complex. Literally, I've never seen so much surveillance video footage in one entire complex in 2 blocks. I've never seen the sheer amount of video to where I can go to anybody's house and I can say, hey, I see that you have video in your house. Do you mind if I take a look at it?
Hey, can you show me though?
Adrian, hold on. You want to see yourself on video killing somebody?
I ain't kill nobody. That's the whole thing. I ain't kill nobody, bro.
Okay.
I ain't kill nobody, bro. That wasn't me, bro.
Adrian,
Whatever y'all got going on, that wasn't me.
Adrian,
Tell me, it wasn't me.
Adrian.
I ain't kill nobody.
I can see you walking from your house.
Wasn't me.
Adrian, I can see your face.
I'm telling y'all, it wasn't me. Wasn't me.
Like right here, that's that turn to go down that street. And then several houses in is the abandoned house. And then right behind that abandoned house is your house. I just want to level with you. I told you at the very beginning, I'm like a very straight shooter kind of guy. I'm not the guy the detective that's going to like with you and lie and say, I got your DNA, I got your fingerprints, I got this, I'm not going to do that. I have you on video. Walking from your house past several houses that have video towards the homicide scene. I have a eyewitness that was outside that I don't think you saw, but they saw you. They don't know you, but they saw you. And then I have, what else do I have? The driver of the Jeep. He picked you up. He picked you out of a lineup, just so that you know, because he saw you, and you have a very specific look to you.
I ain't know it was gonna be a girl in the car. I thought it was just gonna be a boy. To tell you the truth, I didn't see the girl. Cause if I would have seen the girl, I would never pulled a gun. I just seen the man in there.
Okay.
Cosby comes clean that he pulled the trigger, but says the whole thing was actually a setup by a friend. Cosby claims he thought the meetup was over a pound of weed, not someone selling shoes.
So he led you to believe that it was a drug rip.
Yeah.
Really? I wonder why he did that though. Why not just tell you the truth? Like, hey, we're gonna get some shoes.
I don't care for shoes. I don't care for clothes.
Because you don't give a shit about shoes.
Shoes or clothes.
So you think that he kind of tricked you in order to get your help?
Yeah, basically.
You tell me though. Like, I'm not trying to plant things in your head.
In regard to Eric Reedon, he was just the person that put the two in touch with each other. He didn't attend what was supposed to be the sale of the shoes. He was seemingly unaware of what was planned, and he didn't even know about the botched robbery until after everything transpired. So he was never charged in any connection to the crime. Video surveillance shows the suspect hurrying towards Sergio's car before it speeds away. And in one of the videos, you can actually hear the shot, see and hear the Jeep driving away. You could see Cosby and Walter fleeing the scene.
As
You can also see Cosby walking back to his family home. And finally, footage from the inside of the family home. After all of the evidence was presented to them, the two start talking. They claim that they never planned to or kill anybody. They claim they were just going to try on the shoes and then run off with them. The pair were charged with second-degree murder, robbery, and attempted murder. And even though only Cosby fired the weapon, there is a law in Florida that states a person taking any part in any crime when a death occurs, whether they physically committed it or not, can be charged with homicide in Florida. October 2024, after a trial of their peers, George Walton is found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Adrian Cosby's trial went down slightly differently. He was found guilty and he was sentenced to life, as he should be. But it was what he did after that was most shocking. In victim impact statements, okay, Sergio Bourbon, the boyfriend, says, Andrea was the person I planned to spend the rest of my life with. That's the guy that flipped our world completely upside down. Andrea's mother, Maria, says, you took my daughter from us. You robbed us forever. We will never see her again. She was a good girl. Then Andrea Camp's father speaks. You're the epitome of evil and darkness that this world represents. There's no forgiveness on this earth for animals like you. There's only one place where animals like you belong, and that's in prison for the rest of your life. Facts. Facts. Well, this did not sit well with Cosby, probably because he knew deep down that Dad was correct. He jumps out of his seat, lunges at the family, and yells, what the F are you talking about, bitch?
The defendant, Adrian Cosby, jumped out of his chair and tried lunging at the victim's family before court officers intervened. Cosby was taken out of the courtroom and his whole family left. It took a few minutes for order to be restored. Cosby was just found guilty by a jury of murder, attempted murder, and attempted robbery.
As to count 1, first-degree felony murder, the defendant is guilty of first-degree felony murder.
In 2020, 18-year-old high school senior Andrea Lacayo lost her life over a pair of Yeezy sneakers. She and her boyfriend were trying to sell the popular shoes, but the sneaker sale escalated to murder when Lacayo was shot and killed. Her boyfriend, Sergio Bourbon, survived the shooting and told jurors he and his high school sweetheart were hoping to sell the popular Yeezy sneakers to a man for over $900. Bourbon claims Cosby, the man that was on trial, randomly approached to kill him. Cosby was charged with murder of the first degree along with attempted murder shooting at Bourbon. Here's the state's closing arguments today before the jury started deliberating.
This was an attempted robbery, a setup of a robbery that went bad. And instead of walking away with 3 pairs of Yeezys, Adrian Cosby took an 18-year-old girl's life. And for that, he is absolutely Guilty. He is guilty of first-degree felony murder. He is guilty of attempted first-degree felony murder, and he is guilty of attempted armed felony. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we are asking you to find.
I have no other words for this story other than to please keep this family and Andrew's boyfriend in your thoughts. How unbelievably awful. But if you guys are still here, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you so, so, so very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't yet and you feel so inclined to, because it really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And until next time, stay safe out there.